Part of me feels really bad for the people that are stuck in the dating world out here, because you all have to go through a lot. With all of the different online surveys and all of the different lists that are coming out in social media, I truly feel sorry for a lot of you. A lot of you single people, anyway. Right? Because y'all got to deal with so much. Y'all got to deal with trying to discern people's true motives and intentions. Y'all got to deal with abusive people who are either physically abusive or emotionally abusive. Y'all got to deal with damaged egos, damaged pride, damaged childhood trauma. Y'all got to deal with daddy issues, mama issues, uncle issues. Y'all got to deal with so much out here, right? So I truly do feel sorry for the people that are out here that are single and that are having to go through this life, because eventually you're going to get to a point, all you single people, you're going to get to a point to where most of you anyway will think that, you know what, I probably need to settle down with somebody, because you're going to want somebody there at the end of your life. You're going to want somebody there to shoulder the burden of just living out their last days with you. Somebody to take care of you in case that you get sick or in case you fall on hard times or whatever. You're going to want somebody there to share those life experiences with you and just be there with you. That's where we're set up as humans, right? We're set up. We're not set up to be lonely. We're not set up to be cut off from the rest of the world. I know you see the messages online. I know you see the Twitter posts and the Facebook posts with people saying how they rather be alone and how they enjoy their private time and how they enjoy being single and how they enjoy being in the dark corner of the room by themselves. But let me tell you, that don't last for long. That don't last for long. I was one of those people too. That said, I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone. And there are a lot of benefits to being single. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. I was there. I get it. There's a lot of benefits to being single. But when you truly find someone that has your back no matter what, that loves you for you, that isn't in it for anything else other than to be there and to share your life experience and share in the joy and the things that life can bring, it's a whole different situation entirely. And this right here is why I'm glad that I am not on the market anymore. This right here is why I'm glad that I do not have to deal with the mindset and mentality of the women today. Because, man, we're going to get into it, though. Let's get to it. I got a video for y'all to watch, for y'all to check out with me. And she's going to tell a story. It's going to be quite lengthy, but I promise you in the end, it's going to be worth it. Let's see what she got to say.
Am I wrong for this? Anytime I tell this story, no one ever agrees with me. But I swear when I think about it, I'm right. So
hold on. Before we continue, she said, I want you to note, I just want to note here. Before we continue, before we even get to the story, she said she swears that the more she thinks about it, she is right. Which means that regardless of whatever counterpoint is brought up or that is presented to her, it does not matter because her mind is already made up. She's right regardless, okay? Meaning her mind is you're not going to change this woman's mind. Whatever she's about to say has already been made up in her mind, and she's 1,000% going to follow through with what it is that she thinks is right. All right? I just want to note that. Keep that in mind as we go forward and listen to this story.
When I first moved to Atlanta, I didn't know anybody, and I joined Bumble and matched with this guy, right? We had been talking, I think, for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I got a good vibe. So anyway, I had asked him if he knew any handy people, because I had a lot of like furniture coming into my apartment, and I needed help putting it together. Although I did not know him well enough, I trusted him enough to come to my apartment. Now, in hindsight, that was probably a bad idea, but it is what I did. So before he came to my apartment, I had a conversation with him.
So you met somebody. She met a man, and she trusted him enough in that amount of time to come to her crib. That's a problem. But okay, let's continue.
Him about payment because I didn't want for him to come and I didn't like him and then he felt like he got so we talked about payment and I told him I'd give him a certain amount for him putting together like 2 pieces of furniture. Well, he put together a bed and a desk, so I don't remember exactly how much we agreed on.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep stopping it, okay? I do want to get through with the story, but she said she said it at first like you just came through and put together a little chair or something. This man that came, she wanted this man to come and put together a desk and a bed. That's not nothing small. That's not a task that take you 15, 20 minutes. All right? I just want to make it clear. So she's making it seem, she's already downplaying it like, all right, you're not coming to put together much at all. You're just coming to put together a desk and a bed. But okay. So she hires this, so just so we're all on the same page, so we're caught up. She hires this dude to come to her crib and put together 2 items. Okay? Because she can't do it herself, or she won't do it herself, or she doesn't know how, or she doesn't feel like it. Whatever the case, she hires him to do it. She agreed upon a price with him. Okay, that's important. She already agreed upon paying this man a fee for his services. Let's continue.
But I did say I was going to sell him the money. So when he came over like early this Saturday morning, and he ended up like starting right away. He was definitely somebody that I could see myself talking to on the long haul. So it was cool. Like we were getting to know each other. We were talking about family. We were talking about life, all this kind of stuff. So around lunchtime, I ordered us something to eat. And as we were eating, we were like really talking, right? It was good. So when he was done, he kind of like chilled for like another couple of hours just to like rest. And we were really vibing, and he was like, I would really like to see you again. And I was like, cool. So when he's ready to go, we go outside and he gives me a hug. And then he's like, okay, so I'm going to text you my Zelle information so you can send the payment. And I'm like, okay. In the moment, I was just a little shocked, but I didn't like let it on. I was just like, okay, just text it to me. So the next day I sent the Zelle payment, and I was just like, oh, thank you for coming over. I really appreciate it. And then I didn't say anything else. And he was texting me, and I did not respond. And he wasn't used to that because obviously we have been like texting all day long, you know, talking throughout the day. It was good at that time. But then I just decided that the fact of him asking me for money after like we had a good day, and I do understand that we agreed upon it, but I just thought it would be different since we were going to start dating. So finally he asked me like, what's up? And I was just like, honestly, I know we decided that I would pay you for that, but I really thought it was tacky that you actually asked me for the money afterwards, and you took it. So I did end up cutting it off, and we didn't talk again. But when I told my cousin about it, she was like, you guys agreed on it. Like, I don't understand what the problem was. And honestly, like, if I'm gonna date you, and you know, you put together some furniture for me, you're gonna charge me? I don't know, like, what do you guys think?
What? Oh man, my gosh, bro. If you just wanted a service for free, why you ain't say that? You could have cut through all of that and just said, I wanted a service free. I thought I could finesse him, and he wasn't going for the finesse. That's what it was. That's what happened. You thought you could finesse old boy because he was feeling you. Y'all had good conversation or whatever. He came over. Everything was cool. Y'all was chilling. You already said he was over there for hours. This man I done spent hours over here. I done spent hours over here putting together your shit. And you thought you could finesse me at the end just because we was vibing, just because we had cool conversation, just because we talked about family? Because I said I wanted to see you again. You said, oh, okay, that's cool. You thought that meant that you didn't have to pay the service that you agreed upon paying? Am I off? Somebody help me out in the comments. Somebody let me know. Am I off? You agreed to pay this man a fee. Y'all agreed upon the fee before he even came because you yourself said that you didn't want him to feel like he was getting finessed. So you agreed upon paying him a fee. He does the job. Finishes the job, gives you great conversation in the process of doing the job, gives you somebody to talk to, entertains you, and then at the end of it, you feel away because you got to pay him what it was that you agreed upon paying after the service was rendered? Oh, I feel sorry for y'all, gentlemen. I do. I feel sorry for y'all. This is what y'all got to deal with. Bums. This chick is a bum. If you really wanted the service, if you really wanted somebody to just come through, put your stuff together and leave, then you should have it's multiple websites that you can just go and type up. It don't take you Nothing but a couple seconds to go on Google and type in one of them websites that's certified, and they'll send somebody out to do that shit and get it done, and they'll be out your house. But this dude came through and did more than that. You was feeling him. You probably thought he was attractive. He gave you great conversation. And he did the job. And you don't want to pay him what you should have paid him more. You should have tipped his ass. You should have tipped him. Because guess what? You was probably going to get the money back anyway through the date. You was probably going to get the money back anyway through gifts or exchange or whatever it was that y'all was going to do in the future. When he was courting you. You was just going to get it back. He was going to spend a lot more than that on a date. I'm sure of it. Or on a couple of dates. I'm sure of it. He was going to be spending a lot more than that to date you. But you feel entitled. If you're entitled, just say that. I think y'all got shit confused. I think a lot of you women have things confused. You're not entitled to someone else to do something for you because you're a woman. Where do we get that? How is it that y'all think that somebody should come and do something for you just because you got a vagina? Just because you got something between your legs so they can stick something in. You think a ninja's supposed to come through and do something for free? Off the strength of you being a woman. That's what this is. It's ridiculous. It's the entitlement that y'all have these days that I cannot deal with. I don't have no patience for entitled motherfuckers. None. Zero. Men, if you are out there on the dating scene and you come up against this, you come up against an entitled woman, go ahead and let her be by herself. Let the next man deal with that headache. I guarantee you it won't. She ain't gonna last long with the next dude either. Nobody gonna put up with that. Who want to put up with you being entitled to thinking that somebody's supposed to come through and do something for you on the strength of just because you a woman and they a man? We agreed upon this. You agreed to the fee already. Let's read some of the comments. I want to see what people saying. Somebody said she owed me a payment for listening to this nonsense for 2 minutes. Facts. Let's get out of light. Somebody else said, love that for him. Now he go, wait, let me make sure I like that. Now he can go find someone who makes sense. Absolutely. Somebody else said, honestly, as a 44-year-old married black woman of 15 years, some of you younger sisters get on my last effing nerve. With y'all bullshit entitlements, some of you can contribute immensely to this. Wait, let me slow down. Some of you contribute immensely to this piss and that's in today's dating pool. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You see the posts everywhere, right? On Facebook, on Twitter, about how the dating pool has been contaminated. Y'all the ones contaminating it. Just forget keeping your word and basic common courtesy, huh? Since you have a vagina, oh man, she right on the head. Since you have a vagina, you just think you deserve free stuff. Whew. Social media got y'all minds all the way effed up, and it does. It absolutely does. Y'all the problem. What happened to your common decency, your common courtesy? You know how much, listen, do you know how amazing it would have been, how it would have showed how much character you have for you to not only pay that man what y'all agreed upon, but to go ahead and tip him out. And then once you hit him with the Cash App, in the comments of the Cash App, you say, for great conversation. Ooh. You tipped him out and you put for great conversation. Appreciated you. Oh my God. He would have been like putty in your hands. But see, y'all don't know. Y'all too busy because y'all trying to finesse somebody. Y'all can't even focus on being a decent human being first. Y'all can't even have the common courtesy and be decent first. That's what that's what this dating culture has turned to. Everybody's worried about a bag coming up off of somebody else. The finesse game. Y'all trying to figure out how you can finesse somebody else. How you can finesse somebody out of meal. How you can finesse somebody out of bag. How you can finesse somebody out of paying your rent or paying a bill. It would have meant the world to him probably if you just would have not only sent him the payment that y'all agreed upon to show that you're a woman of your word, that you're a woman in good standing, but to go ahead and hit him up with a little something extra, a little bonus afterwards. Say, you know what, baby? Here you go. I appreciated you so much. Thank you for the Thank you for the great conversation as well. Oh my God. He would have been on your head after that. He would have been on your head after that. Y'all so caught up, man. Let's continue reading. Oh, here we go. We got somebody who agrees with her. He says, I agree with her. And it's got 940 likes. It says a lot about his character. I've sat at a bar, and if a guy starts talking to me, he usually offers to pick up the tab. It's not required, but it's appreciated. I like men who just enjoy doing things for women and hate taking money from women. If you's a bum broke bitch, just say that. If you just enjoy getting free things from men, just say that. Just say it. Y'all women that go out here and go to the bars and just used to get sitting around and getting stuff taken care of for you, used to getting your bills paid, listen, that's not the every man. That's not the everyday man. Y'all talking about that's a real man right there that's gonna pay your bills. Listen, man, you ain't gotta fall for that finesse. Do not fall for the finesse. Do not fall for the finesse. This is the equivalent of a dude telling a chick after they go out on a date, you know what? Since I spent $100 on this meal, since I spent $40 at the movies, you was able to go in there and get your little Mike and Ike's. You was able to go in there and get your chocolate peanut covered peanuts. You was able to go in there and get the $10 bucket of popcorn. I got you the big one. I got you big popcorn, big drink. This came up out of a smooth $50 at the movies. Right? I done spent the $100 on dinner. Right? Spent all this money, right? That's the equivalent of him saying, all right, now you owe me some coochie. It's the equivalent. It's the equivalent of a man thinking he entitled to get something between your legs because he just spent some money on you. Y'all want somebody to do something free for y'all because you a woman. I don't think so. It ain't working. Men, don't go for it. Don't go for this. Don't go for these entitled ass women. You can do better. I promise you. It's better out here. Hell, you should have been impressed that despite the promise of a potential coochie in the future, he was still standing on business. He was still about his bread. You should have been impressed with that. At least you know what he gonna be about his bread no matter what. You fumbled.